What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. The Athletic is reporting that Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev will take place June 20th. The fight will take place in DAZN in the United States, and it will be at either Tottenham Stadium or Arsenal Stadium in the UK. As you know, Anthony Joshua's last two fights were in Saudi Arabia as he reclaimed his titles back from Andy Ruiz. And the fight before that, 25-1 underdog Andy Ruiz pulled the biggest upset in boxing in a long time when he defeated Anthony Joshua in Madison Square Garden. So Anthony Joshua is looking to now come back home and defend his belts. Now, early on in negotiations, it was speculated that Saudi Arabia would have a good chance to maybe host this fight again. But AJ insisted that he wanted to go back home to the UK and fight in front of his family, friends, and loved ones, and all his fans, all his UK fans. So that's where this fight is going to take place. They're just trying to lock down which venue it will take place at. Again, they're looking at Tottenham Stadium and Arsenal Stadium. It'll take place in the UK, on Sky Sports pay-per-view, and on DAZN in the United States of America. So it's going to be a very interesting fight, in my opinion. It's not of the caliber of a Wilder Fury 2, but it's an interesting fight because you got the unified champion in Anthony Joshua looking to defend his titles after winning those titles back from Andy Ruiz in Saudi Arabia. Now, the question I want to know is, and maybe you guys can answer on the text after this video, what style do you think AJ will implement in this particular fight? Will he continue to implement the Vladimir Klitschko style of jab, occasional right hand, and when your opponent get close, grab, hold them, lean on them, and use your weight to try to wear them down later on in the fight, take their legs away, and stay out of harm's way, a la Vladimir Klitschko? Or will he go back to being the aggressive Anthony Joshua, the one that knocked out Vladimir Klitschko in a fight of the year 2 or 3 years ago? Will he go back to the AJ that knocked out Dominique Brazil in devastating fashion? Will he go back to the AJ that when he first won his first heavyweight title, when he knocked out Charles Martin and knocked him out in devastating fashion in the first round? Will he go back to that Anthony Joshua? Will he continue to implement this Vladimir Klitschko jab and grab style? That's going to be very, very interesting. Now, if he does decide to continue to do what he did in the Anthony Ruiz rematch with the jab and grab style of Vladimir Klitschko, that will give Kubrat Pulev his best chance to pull another upset, a la Andy Ruiz in the first fight. Because one thing about Kubrat Pulev, he's going to throw that right hand, and he's going to continue to throw that right hand until he can't throw it no more. He's a one-trick pony. He's got a little jab that he throws out there, and that's just a jab that really ain't effective, but it's just a jab just to set the right hand up. And he's looking to land that right hand. And if AJ is, giving away real estate, trying to stay out of harm's way, and fighting off the back foot and Kubrat Pulev is coming forward, throwing that right hand, that's Kubrat Pulev's best chance to shock the world. So it's gonna be interesting to see what style he implements, that being Anthony Joshua. I'm not saying even if he fights the Vladimir Klitschko style, he can't beat Kubrat Pulev. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying that gives Kubrat Pulev his best chance to win. Now, if AJ comes out, and the old AJ, the old aggressive AJ, throwing combinations, uppercuts, being aggressive, being a seek and destroy type of fighter, then I think he dominates and eventually stops Kubrat Pulev, who's by no means a fresh fighter at this stage of his career. That's a guy that's been in a lot of fights and he's got a lot of wear and tear, and he was never that great to begin with. So it should be a fight. If AJ comes out in the old like I said, in the old AJ style of fight, he should get the victory in dominating fashion. But then again, AJ knows after the Andy Ruiz first fight that his chin is not great. He has a suspect chin, to say the least. And he doesn't have great head movement. So that's why he implemented this style, because he started getting exposed, of somebody that can't take the greatest shot, as we seen in the first Ruiz fight, and actually the Klitschko fight. He was dropped in that fight, but Klitschko didn't put his foot on the gas and go in for the kill. He went to the, his fighting style the rest of his career as far as just, I'm on jab, right hand, jab, right hand. And then in the second half of the fight, I'll lay the hammer down and get you out of there. That's how Klitschko won and dominated the heavyweight division during the 10-year run. And I think he got caught up in that, thinking he was going to do AJ the same, and he failed to capitalize on the moment where he could have got AJ out of there after the first knockdown. And it cost him, as he was unable to win back his heavyweight titles. So it'd be very, very, very interesting to see how AJ comes out in this fight between Pulev. If I was his trainers, I advise him to go back to his old ways and his old aggressive style throwing combinations. Because even if he's able to beat Pulev fighting that jab and grab style of Vladimir Klitschko, he's gonna, that's not gonna work against a fighter of Deontay Wilder's caliber. He's not gonna even work against Tyson Fury. So if he knows those two fights, future fights for him, fights that he's going to fight down the road, he needs to go back to the style that he's going to need to have any chance of winning those fights, which is, to me, slim and none, but at least he has a slight chance to win those fights. He's going to have to go back to the old AJ aggressive style of fighting, throwing combinations, throwing the uppercut, being aggressive, coming forward, using your size and your physicality to break down your opponent. He's going to have to go back to that style. But it'll be interesting to see what style he implements against Kubrat Pulev. But again, that fight's going to take place June 20th in the UK. Arsenal Stadium or Tottenham Stadium are the two venues that fight will take place in. They're trying to lock that down right now as we speak. But they've got the date locked down. Both fighters have agreed to all the terms, and the date is set June 20th. And pretty much the TV spots, the two TV companies that'll be showing that fight will be Sky Sports, obviously pay-per-view in the UK, and DAZN in the US of A. This is Okay, before I say that though, leave your comments in the comment section. Like I said, what style of fighting do you think AJ should implement against Kubrat Pulev? Should he continue to use the jab and grab style of Vladimir Klitschko, or should he go back to the old AJ style of fighting, using this combination, his uppercut, fighting off the front foot, being aggressive, and looking to land that right hand, which is one of the best right hands in boxing, one of the best right hands in the heavyweight division, probably the second best right hand in the heavyweight division behind Deontay Wilder. What style of fighting should AJ use against Kubrat Pulev? Leave your comments in the comment section and give me your thoughts on that. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. Holla.